Hello. So last week we did all this stuff. We got to the point where I don't know if we can cut this one, where we can say that the match has started or not. But we had weird problems. Like we go in and it all starts. It's not a weird problem. I mean, whatever. However, last time we decided that we wanted to have it so everybody spawn into like a particular part, and then once everybody was ready, then we would go. So let's take a look over here. First of all, we've got yeah, we're going to grant abilities. Well, the only grant abilities in the match start, right? That's the weird issue. Let's go to our event graph. So on the event graph, we've got a variable called in progress, and we only do that once everybody is ready to go. So we're going to have this space where everybody sits around, and then they're ready to go. The problem is if we use this guy, this stuff here, we get an automatic connection because we're doing listen servers. What we need to do is play standalone twice. Right? So it needs to be set like this. Because if I set it like this, it'll automatically connect. We need to make it so we don't connect right away, and we don't start the match right away. I think, probably. At least for our testing. But now I think about it, maybe that's not what we need to do. Maybe we need to have a ready up button. That's more important. And then once everybody is readied up, we can go. Let's go back in here. Let's how are we gonna do this? Got our like boilerplate kind of like stubbed out the start of a match. Here we've got a minimum player count. Why don't we change this to go looking for the ready? So let's go down here. Actually, we need to be set to ready, don't we? The place for set to ready is down here. It's a C++ class, but we've dealt with this, so that's all right. It's in your guest player state. Let's put it in here. I think that's the best place to put it. So we've got our qualities, we've got our evidence to block, we've got some villain only stuff. Let's detective only, villain only, possibly evidence. Let's put it up here as like before I do this, actually, let's just double check. I don't think there's is there a ready state already on that? has been welcomed. Upon set session name. Save network address. No, it does not have it. We can be welcomed, but you don't have to be ready, which spectator inactive. He is inactive. Is it? It's the value of B is inactive. Can I set that? Because that might be like the. Can get it. Can we set it? Set is inactive. Is spectator. Let's go a little bit higher and say Unreal Engine player state inactive ready. I'll drop a couple of these on here. And this one. Thank you. That's not my line. And he's got some UI for his ready button. Player controller. Player controller has it? Does player controller have it? Let's go look. What's player controller? Actually, no. We've got default player controller, right? Ready. That's yeah, it's an overview. That's great. What about oh, I don't know. Useful information. I feel like I've gotten this one. If I did that. All right. This will probably have it if it's in there. Variables. Mouse over this. Could do this. Is that where it puts me? No. Alt. There we go. Two messages. Already in progress. Already in progress. So ready in here. What does he have already? Interesting. auto clean client serve set force clients. Get client frame, get current, get hit. Well, we get a search on here. It's not in here, right? Is are we talking about something that's not in here? That's too wild. Okay. I'm kind of scared, but I'm thinking, should we maybe use the one that's in game mode? Is our problem that ready to start? Am I crashing when I go start match because this match is already started? So like if I go start match and I immediately return nothing. Oh, but okay, follow my logic. Follow my logic. Players when so essentially we're stealing the code from over here, right? Wait, we have this code here. Did I write that? Is that an override? Okay, wait. If that exists, then I should be able to go this. Oh, before I do this, let's do. No. All right. Should I be able to just go and pop this in here? And then we can continue working in the other one. Perfect. All right. on here, we're saying we're ready when there's enough players, but also balls. This is actually pretty easy. For each array element, and then this player is going to be a player controller. So it's going to be a player controller get player state we don't want player state. We do want a player state. We want to be able to set that to ready. So what we'll do is we will grab something simple. Is there such thing as something simple? No, that's too easy. Let's grab. Oh, this is kind of like the easiest one we got. Copy. I use my keyboard once. Copy. Paste. And game match. It's gotta be cool. Ready. Ah. False. Oh. Wrong. Wrong. All right. And then, is there anything I need to do in the CPP for that? Specifically, no. I'll have to specifically send that one. Okay. So we have game state that can be ready or not. We have the button that we're scared to push. That's not a good sign. That's a great sign. Stop. Okay. We're going to try. So, what's going on? Sure. Another one. Okay. a good idea. Wait, we're still spinning. Hey! Alright, let's close this window. Okay. We're going to start match calls. Ready to start. Alright, so this player state is going to be a yes player state. And we're going to get. Oh. Yeah. Sorry, that's ready, right? And then I'm going to say if it's not ready, I'm not even stopping. I'm going straight the hell out here. With this as evidence. Bam. Done. If I get all the way to the bottom, that means they're all true. In which case, I'm going to make true. Make bool. Can I do that? Can I spell make properly first? All right, so first we're going to go if if. If we have the minimum amount. Oh, crap, this whole thing. We don't have a minimum amount. We're not doing a big loop around everybody. That's dumb. So if we have a minimum amount of players, then only then will we start looping cast a player state. Hold on, false. I want to go down here and like have just like false, false, true, cool. No, that doesn't help. This one's going to return true. This one's going to return false. How do I return true and false? Just because I like know it, right? Right. First of all, save, because it's going to bother you if you don't. Second of all, this is dumb that I have to go Unreal Engine blueprints return bool constant. Literal. Literal? Literal. Literal is a better word, right? Make literal bool. Is that gonna work? Let's find out. When it's false, we say make literal. Nope. Can I content in here? Oh, it's hidden in here. The thing I needed was in there. If it's false, I need to come down here and make the literal bool before, you know what I mean? Right? Because I can't just point that there. You know what we're gonna have to do? We're gonna have to do something wacky. We're gonna have to make a. Hold on. Promote to local variable. There we go. And we'll call this everyone is ready. Really gotta change that setting. Everyone is ready. And so when we get to here, hold on. When this is false, we set everyone is ready to false, and then we can go. If we get down to here, we set everyone is ready to true. There we go. This is how it goes. This is how you do it. When we go this way, we set everyone is ready to false because we don't have minimum. And we don't need to make a little bool. There you go. And we'll bring this down here so it looks nice. So we set it depending on what happens. All right, so to recap. So first thing we're going to do is going to see if we have a minimum number of players. If not, we don't. We're not even going to bother with the loop. We're just going to set everyone is ready as false and kick out. If it's true, we're going to start looping for every player state. We're going to go, well, oh, cast failed. Who cares? We'll check they're ready. And if any of them are false, we set it to false and kick out. If it's true, it should just keep going to the next guy. And when it's done, that means we've done everybody and we haven't gotten booted out yet, which means that we can say everybody is ready and then leave with that. And at the bottom, we return everyone is ready and pause around. Compile likes it. All right. That's a thing. So before, when we ran this, it would not I think it's over here. Well, before when we ran this, would be player connect, print string start match. Before, it wouldn't start the match until everyone was in, but I didn't have a thing for that. I think the game mode had a thing for that. Did the game mode have that? Game history. No. Oh, yeah, I did that. So the event graph, we have a thing where people log in. If you log in, and then we just start new match on that, which we're not going to do. We're just going to go. I'm just going to get rid of all this. And down here, all that too. So all we're doing is tracking players as they come in and out, and we're going to let game state handle that part. Compiles. All right. Now, because I haven't done the thing I said I was going to do before, I'm going to set it back up with this one. So in theory, nothing should happen, which is a weird thing to say. Because we have no way to say that we're ready. So I'm tempted to do a thing where, like, it's a random time. Oh, that's oh, no, there you go. All right. Oh yeah, match doesn't start floating around because that's what it looks like before a match starts. All right. If we go into here, and then we get our ready to start, let's short circuit this, and we say, if it's true, we'll just hop over here. Well, this is a short circuit, by the way. So set everyone is ready. True. Just kind of pop right back down over here. So I've disconnected that just for like debugging purposes. Okay, John, let's get going. It crashes, right? No, it worked, but only for one of them. It worked only for one of them. Why? What did it say? I think I broke it. I missed it. I broke the start two things. I only have one started. All right. not like me doing it in a separate process. Is that the thing? That's the only thing I changed. Oh, there we go. Just launch a separate server. Okay. So now we got them. Now they're both working. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Mystery game state. That's fine. All right. So for a bit, it wasn't able to get anything here, but then it was able to get something there because we did it, right? Game state. I was getting the stars before, wasn't there? But bonus, we got work from using their matches, which is good. Which is good. It is actually good. Let's see, and we got a player count. I don't know why we need to have a player count function. That assigning rules. Get the rules for each one. Randomly assign some roles. Good. Where do we get roles from? Oh, it's from us. All right. Get roles. Make gameplay tag container. There we go. What? Oh. Just an array, isn't it? Yeah. Excuse me. And we'll call this one detective, and then we'll call that a pin. We'll make a villain as well. Do I have anything that says what role you are when you start? When do we assign these roles again? That's when we assign the roles. But now we're starting the match over here. So do we have a... Oh, yeah. On set match state. New state. Look at the state B. Switch on name. Let's see what do we got. What do we got, folks? Default? No. No. Add a pin. What are my choices? Case 0. What's case 0? This doesn't. This is element. Let's take a look. Who else is using this? Um, onset match state. Okay, great, but like, ooh, maybe it's in here. So we get an onset match state, on match state set, which is like your C++ version. Set match state. I'm gonna open that in a new window. Is there a specific? You know what? We only want one, don't we? Why don't we just freaking find out what it is? Oh, I forgot to actually. Let's. Oh, and let's make this last for a while because I'm bad at looking. So let's say, okay, not that bad. Waiting to start in progress. All right, so we can go. Switch on name. No, that's not what I want to do. We want this to say, oops. what we want to do? In a color I can see. And in a duration I can read. Does that do what I want? Waiting to start. Hey, I think that actually worked. Right? Because otherwise, wait. It didn't pop up for the other one. Only for this one. All right, well, let's add another pin that says, guys, I'm trying to work it. Thank you. All right. This one will be I'm going to say hello in red, and I'm waiting to start. I'm going to say any moment now. And we're also going to make it orange, you know, because we're about to have something happen. I'm only going to have that for 10 seconds because compile. All right. Good. That's great. I'm in. We'll keep that on in case we need to figure out some other ones. Now we know what to do when we start a match. Now we know what to do when we end match. Great. So when we start a match, we're going to call this match and then unlock the door, right? It's really close because I'm like, how much of this should be in here and how much of this should be in here, right? Because I can assign the roles here. Let's do this. Mystery game. And we will assign roles. Is that start? Got a villain and a detective. Got a villain and a detective. I don't know which one it is, but we got one. Okie dokie, Smokey. Oh, we don't know which. We don't have that ability. That's good. All right. So I've avoided making a whole like thing about logging in. I put that off for now. Though I'll probably have to figure this shit out at some point since done in the game mode. See, that's what I'm kind of like, oh, do I need to put this here? Because you will, okay, like, follow my logic here. This whole thing about putting off doing this thing, where you can join in all that session, you get the info that we're putting into the game state, we can get in the session. The session is there before. Is the session there before the match starts? I don't know. Yes, because no, I don't know. Interesting. Hold on, I gotta update something. Be super smart. All right. Taking that out. Oh wait, that's a GE. That's fine. No. Yes? No. I have to figure this one out here. Um I just gotta have it in the wrong spot. All right. I'm confusing myself by my own notes. Why don't we go and do some of this? Actually, no, let's go ahead and do some of this. I'll tell you why. Because it's all stuff that doesn't need. Now that we can put this off, we can actually like put it off. I also want to move the can collect evidence out of the roles subtree. That's what confused me. Like, why is it in there? Is it a role? No, it's not a role. Let's start with that one. That's the simplest one. That's the one that really should be doing. Okay. How do I get over there? Gameplay tag editor somewhere. It's in here for sure because we do it in here. Pass that was unused. Uzi. Move this. Can I just move this? No. Can I make one there? Yes. Can I click on manage gameplay tag? Yes. All right. I'm gonna do. Let's see. Can I move this? Can I just move it? No. Can I duplicate tag? I'm gonna delete it from here. Still referenced by BP place base clues and possibly others. Ow. Balls. All right. Yes. Can I collect evidence? Add. Great. And then everywhere where we use this, we gotta change it to something else. But luckily, let's see, can I? That's a separate window, right? Yeah. I don't know why that's a separate window and the other thing ain't, but whatever. Base clue. I'm gonna go look. Required tags. We're gonna change this to the guest can collect evidence. We'll move this all together. Dead by dinner? Don't need that. Yes, we should need that, but not in that way. Haven't noticed event graph anything in here? No. All right. And a test clue is data only, right? No. I think I can delete it now. Let's find out. Delete. Yeah. Good job. Now we move that there, cross it off the list, or I don't know. Kind of like move it up the line. Oh. We did that. Make a GE that grants evidence tag. All right. So what we'll do, we've got gameplay effects. Gameplay ability. Guest aura, guest eat, effects. Guest eat something. Hey, that's a party one, right? Guest starting guest. All right. And health effects. Okay. This is a detective system effect. So let me just move this out of the way. I'll stay on top of this window, but not the other window. That's great. I guess I'll have to close this. Let's go. Excuse me. It's a detective thing, right? So let's add blueprint for gameplay effect. I'm going to call it BP and collect evidence. Wait, too many words, too many capitals. Not BP, rename. It's instant. Wait, what's the thing I need to take off to not have it have this? Not editable. All right. Okay, so it's instant. And what we'll do is we will add no, not this one. Component. Tag right after. We're going to add can collect evidence. Can collect evidence. Yeah. Oh my god, I did that. Oh, sorry. Infinite. What? Oh, is this just like the old one? Clear. Clear. I'll try again. Compile. All right, let's bring it up. All right. So there's that. Don't care. Let's also in here, we've got health effects, right? We've got passed out, unused, woozy, woozy, sort of thing. Health effects. This isn't it. Detective. We can have in here. Frustrated at the fact that this isn't in here. Frustrated again. Close the window. Try again. Ah, see, this is what happened last time, right? Ah. The gameplay effect. I'm gonna call this gameplay. What's the word I'm looking for? Game effect. Villainous. Villainous. What? If I had viewers, you would help me out with this. Villainous. How's this? Villainous intent. The gameplay effect. And then so what I'm gonna do, it's gonna have a period modifier. We're going to choose the villainy attribute. We're going to add minus something. Okay, we're going to add a component, which is requires tags to apply this effect. And you have to be a villain. Ongoing. Tag requirements the target must have for the gameplay to be applied. Must be a villain. Must not. Ongoing tag. No, that would be me. It gets applied and it like, yeah. Yeah, all right. That's what I want to do. I also want to make it let's can be a villain and detective. No. There we go. And I'm just gonna double check what I have for these guys here, which is how many of these are like legit? What is this again? it's, oh yeah, something happens when warning threshold GUZ. Okay, sorry. Check attribute profile. That's what it is. I should rename it something that like I can make sense of. Level -1, 3.5. Okay, let's match that a little bit, almost. We'll definitely put this in like 1 and then -1. Okay, and the reason we're doing this is now we can say mode starts. We're going to assign roles. We're going to grant abilities by game role. All right, so game role is a switch on gameplay tag. It's going to have one that says detective, another one that says villain, and one that says defaults, which shouldn't happen, but who knows. Sorry, not spec. Okay, back itself. There we go. So up here, you're a detective. You can collect evidence and down here you're a villain. You get villainous intent. I'm gonna drop this down here. Did we make a GA can collect evidence? We haven't made a thing that says you can collect evidence yet. So we need to make one of those. We don't need to make one of those. That's right. It's an effect, and the clue will beam its evidence to you once it sees that you can't collect evidence. So I think we can try it out, right? Everybody's in here. One of these two can collect evidence. Okay, let's see if I get any evidence. Evidence and glues. Can I tell? Did I take that out? Wait, did I take out the thing that says when you get evidence? Probably. Let's see. You get evidence over here? No. You get evidence. I mean, you do get evidence there. You get evidence over here. This thing. Notice. right after this, we're gonna say um, found a clue. It's and somehow I deleted my explanation right there. It's no. I keep hitting enter when I mean hit space. It's and then it's gonna be kind. Oh. Are these are gameplay tags. Ooh, okay, go down here. Kind. Go down here. Get tag name. Boo. Pop that in. The fact is, get tag name. Boo. Oh, add a pin. Right. Compile. I should have a report when I get these. And while I'm here, I'm gonna find on my fucking what's this a tag of? Oh, I'm saying what role each person gets. That's fine. Yes. I'm just gonna go up here. I know that works. We made it work. Okay. So server says somebody's a villain, somebody's a detective. So I'm gonna go over here. Oh, I found a clue. All right. So if I Alt Tab, and this one walks over to here. Does not get a clue because they're a villain. Ha 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 ha. All right. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Thing can collect evidence. Look. I didn't even look. Look. Uh, wait. Sorry. I'm missing a gameplay effect, which is villainous intent. One more gameplay effect I need to add. Sorry. Gameplay effect. Start building. So the villain should. I think it's an instant modifier is how it works. attribute villainy modifier. Add to the base. No. Add. I know. Oops. Save. And we will also so if you're a villain, you get that. Can I put AOC down here? Yeah, might as well do that. It's nice and clean. Break this link. We know where it's going. Perfect. All right. So we've got this, and why don't we put it before? That's the one that makes sense because my brain's gonna work that way later. Always think about how your brain gets affected later. Did I put the Y yet? Nope. I need to do it from here. Start running. Compile. Go. So we start. This one's a villain because he's got villainy, but if it's not going down, that's not good. The villain who doesn't be villainous doesn't really matter much, is it? Oh, wait. I haven't opened long enough. Because the other one was twice as fast. That's the key. That one's not the villain this time. This one. Oh, it's not working. All right. Let's go check. Start villainy. Must have villain. Must not have detective. If I set this on here, components must have villain. Does this get applied? And you'll be able to see because you'll have 0 if you're a villain, if you're a detective. If this gets applied, it'll be 100. No. Okay, that's interesting. So we've got switch on gameplay tag, game role. The game role. All right. Dodoy. We need to actually assign this game role to them. See? So we got some weird stuff to do. We need to do more than that if I need that to work like that. Which I kind of want to do, but I kind of don't want to do. I don't think it's necessary for us right now. So let's take out those from here. That's what's causing the problem. Delete. Then you get into this whole thing of like, should I have the game role as like that because I would, I would not have as many, like if you go over here, I believe I've got a lot of fun casting. Love, not so bad. And then I have to grant the ability. There, guest. Play state, guest state. Game roll, set game roll to that, and remove it. No, let's just do it like this right now. So we'll just say we won't put any anything on there for requirements. Okay, we've got villain. We're getting more villainous. That's not right. That's not right. Or sorry, less. That's what I'm looking for. The villain is getting more virtuous. Because the villain should lose villainy, and when he gets a 0, he gets all itchy. Or I could do it backwards. It doesn't matter, does it? That would save me a GE, right? Because I don't have to set the villainy. Oh, I'm gonna do that. That makes so much more sense. Because we as computer programmers decide what's good and what's bad. That makes sense, right? So like I can say that 100 is where you're gonna start having trouble. So it can start at 0. Yeah, so this is the villain. The villainy is going up. Sweet. 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 Very sweet. So we did that. We did this. We did that. We did that. We even added added a villainy G to increase opinion, the villainy attribute for villains. Is there anything else we can put on here? We did this already, didn't we? Spotting, true clues, a subservient. So this, you know what? If you want to be the dork of like computer software development process, this is a good time to kind of look at our backlog and groom it. Oh, you're not supposed to say groom anymore because grooming is bad. So, what did we call it at the last meeting? Backlog. I think it was review. Backlog review. All right. Session, session and UX. Because that seems like the next place to go, to be honest. Because if we use session code, that means that we, oh, that's the wrong one. That means that we can get all those players without you putting them into the game state. And then when the game starts, we just shovel them in the game state afterwards, or not, and just take them out of the session, which seems to be a better place for that, and it'll prevent all those errors that come up until the game starts. Players start in the welcome screen. Write a way to decide if a player has enough evidence to call the police. That's a whew. Make a concentrated look ability, and this is connected to these two down here. Make a passed out effect. Clue that includes tag for location to be determined. Mutables? That's long term. I don't know. Yeah. This is like the very bottom of the. These two are connected. Starting properties is like not gameplay related properties. Starting properties, it's mostly look. I say mostly because you essentially you could get like a random color, and that would affect your that would affect gameplay, but all right, we've got this. Write a way to decide if a player has enough evidence to call the police. Interesting. Call the police ability. Oh, wait. This will help. This will help future Dell. There we go. Make a passed out effect. That's easy. I'm not really keen to do that right away. I did want to do, let's do this. Let's put it up here. I found one that I liked better on the internet. I'll try doing that one instead of like the aura. The aura is very, I mean, the uneasy effect is gameplay-y, but the aura is like your classic, very gameplay, Call of Duty type thing. This other one I found is like kind of like, it still looks like a person, so you can go like, oh, I think that was so-and-so based on their build and stuff, but it's like blurry. So it's kind of more phantasmic. Oh no, I got peanut butter on my mouse pad. Oh no. So yeah, we do the unease effect. So we'll do session. How about next week? We'll do session code and the UX for it. But though I started the UX for it. I'll show you what I've done. I'm gonna make a welcome screen. Players start in the welcome screen. That's a whole. So this is kind of like a subtask thing, right? Because players start in the welcome screen, and that involves having a welcome level where you start, then you use the session UX to join a session. You can possibly let's look at like what's the best way to do this? Question. Access options, and I probably stub those in for now. customization, which would be like a character customization. So there's things that you can customize, things that will be random, which is down here, starting so there's a couple things in there, but if we can get this to work, and then the level screen could even be in the level. No, because we want to have a different thing for that. I think that's good. That's a good plan. That's a plan. So how about next week we come back and we'll do session code and UX. So we're gonna be making it so you don't just jump right into the game like it does now, right? So we have this whole thing where we start it. I've got the debugger starting that they connect to each other and then like go. We want that that's not going to be there for other players. So we gotta set it up so we can start a game and then have other players connect to it, and that's controlled by a player. So yeah, we'll start that next week. All right. Hey, I didn't have to stop